Hello, welcome to CyberwearNFT, Lana. And we are, yes, with Svetlana Yakunina, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And today, Svetlana is gonna present us a nice view on digital fashion and what she's doing now. And she will speak about Honey, her company.
Digital Fashion Studio. It's nice to meet you, Claudia. Such a pleasure. Thank you so much for the invitation, of course, and lovely to work with Francesca. We had many calls with her in the past, and such a sweet person. I'm glad to participate in this podcast.
Nice. So I think you can just share the screen and start the presentation.
Yes, absolutely. This is Honey. It's a digital fashion studio. Let me first maybe introduce myself so you understand with whom you are speaking to. I generally don't like speaking about myself personally because our brand is fueled by other participants such as artists and our, of course, community. By the way, of course, shout out to everyone who helped Honey to grow so much. Thank you so much. Without you, it will not be, in any case, possible. So hello, everyone, again. My name is Lana, the founder of Honey. We chase experiences beyond physical world. As you might already understand, we are a community-driven digital studio. What does it mean exactly? So, of course, with all the love we have for our clients, our main focus is on the creators and the value we are bringing to this world. This is one of many parts which makes us different from the traditional businesses, right? So-called Web2 companies. Because in Web3, it's not anymore about like taking, it's more about giving. So Honey is a brand to create and chase experiences beyond physical world. We help traditional fashion brands to move to the metaverses. We are generally working with the, like here you can see, of course, our core values. It's what I said before, that we are looking for building a community and trying to transform the traditional consumption into more like digital and sustainable, working with the Web3 solutions. So of course, we believe that the digital fashion will continue changing the industry for the better. Normally, we work with wearables, avatars, metaverses. I personally also focused on strategy, how to enter the metaverse. By the way, this is our space on Spatial. We just created it to help brands to understand what is the metaverse, how to move around, and it's very, very, very easy, actually. So as I mentioned before, here you can see what we are mainly focused on. So it's mostly fashion NFT or wearables. It's where we create an avatar, a garment, and the whole environment behind. Sometimes it's also linked to animation or fashion movies. Then generally virtual garments, where we create just a garment for different purposes, because it can be applied for the picture, it can be AR, it can be whatever else experience you would like to do, like in metaverses and other things later. And as well, we create custom avatars. It can be hyper-realistic avatar, which is like a digital twin, more like a representation of a real human in digital world, or gamified avatars. Gamified avatars are more like for game experiences and other variations in metaverses. I personally really enjoy working with the digital twins in any case, as for digital fashion as for avatars, because it's a very interesting experience and it questions a lot our like physical identities, right? So generally, digital fashion is expected to be 55 billion, if I'm not wrong, $55 billion industry in the future, and metaverse itself is expected to be 800 billion market. Well, that's it's kind of impressive, right? And it sounds even more interesting than just digital fashion. If there is such a potential market, who will actually be in these digital worlds, right? Okay, here you can see the forecast of the latest research by an international consulting firm. If you know, it's McKinsey. which you can see here, yes, down. So within next 5 years, we will spend more hours actually engaging with the metaverse. Surely Gen Z and millennials will be the ones who spend the biggest amount of time there. So it's like, I think we already spend so much time in the metaverses. Maybe in US, Gen Z and millennials, they're more used to such experiences. Maybe in Europe, it's a little bit less, I would say. And by my personal experience, I see that it's slightly less here in Europe. But what what McKinsey did, it's pretty impressive, this research. I mean, 5 hours a day, it's quite a lot. What does it actually mean for digital fashion, right? If we are speaking about metaverses and the time we are going to spend there, what does it actually mean for my company and for other digital fashion designers and creators here in the space? So virtual identities will essentially become an extension of our personalities in physical world. So I would say it's pretty interesting topic to consider in any case, and I think perhaps I would say that it's important to study it at universities right now, because it's an important topic to consider also from mental health perspective. Of course, it creates actually so many opportunities for businesses and us consumers. So we will present our avatars, right? Dress them up, engage virtually, and how it will affect us and our personalities in physical world, right? It's very interesting to think about it. Actually, this is a very nice insight from Metaverse Mindset from Obsess. They are like, Gen Z is already purchasing digital items in the metaverses, right? And they are more engaging with the interfaces than with the traditional e-commerce. As you can see, like 41% say that they would be interested in exploring any metaverse environments a brand can create, and 60% of the questionnaires believe that retailers and brands should sell their products on metaverse platforms, right? So it means whatever brand it is existing, they should move more and then chase more experiences in the metaverses, not just a traditional retail e-commerce store where you can just come and purchase the item and that's all. There are no experience at all. 60% of Gen Z population in US, they think that brands should move more and pay attention more to the metaverse experiences. 70% of them have already purchased digital items such as accessory, skin, or garment for their avatar. 75%, it's a lot. It's a lot of people. It's really a lot of people. So these questions, how brand will adapt to this fast-growing consumer shift in behavior, right? Okay, so since we talked a little bit about statistics, which was very interesting, and I would love to talk a little bit more about that, but what it actually means for brands and for the consumers, right? For brands, the metaverse provides an opportunity to engage more deeply and creatively with their consumers, and of course, unlock new value streams and become maybe more closer to the community itself, to the consumer, and let consumer decide what they want to purchase. And for us consumers, it creates an opportunity to express ourselves in a virtual world with the virtual product through a virtual persona, right? I'm personally a fashionista. I love to represent myself in a certain style when I go around in my normal traditional life. And the opportunity to be myself in virtual world is very important for me. Yeah, like here we can talk about what digital fashion already brings to us and to consumers, and of course, because we are consumers, right? Let's discuss about like consumer part, of course. There are plenty and many of solutions digital fashion can bring, and you can experiment a lot with it, and especially because there is no harm on environment, on animals, and on humans too. So we can start from the source file, and digital garment is actually a 3D file, which is made by 3D software, right? One file, but imagine how many different possibilities you can do with that. And the first one, of course, is virtual fitting. So here you can see a perfect example where we use only one software to produce a garment. However, to virtually apply it on a person, we need another software too. There are many benefits of virtual fitting, as it has already specified before, but we partner actually with one organization which helps us to facilitate the process and give the result within, I would say, several hours. Yes. Of course, there are many requirements for the garment when producing it, but still, it looks awesome. So here you can see on the left is a normal picture. On the right, it's a picture with the applied digital garment. We created this jacket for About You, I would say in April, I think, in our last collaboration. Second example is actually my favorite, because it's AR filters. Like there's so many different ones, and nowadays it's just a great source to help brands to interact with consumers. From our side, it's just lots of fun. Actually, I did really enjoy playing with the Balenciaga filters on Instagram and several others from Gucci Beauty on Instagram, right? Where you can like try on sunglasses and try on like different experience. Gucci Beauty, I think they had some like environment around, something flying, some flowers moving and things like that. The main problem for the moment here is that Instagram is still not at the level of Snapchat, I would say, in terms of digital fashion, and Snapchat is still not perfect, of course. Here is the really nice example made by Farfetch for the virtual try-on, where customers could try different AR filters, switch between the outfits and like post picture on Snapchat or download it and post it on Instagram, wherever they wanted. In any case, it's very interesting how brands can implement engagement strategies and virtual try-ons in their businesses. And for us consumers, I think it's a huge tech achievement, which will make our life generally easier. We can not only like interact with brands online, post cool pics with filters and so on, we will be able to go to stores and actually use augmented reality monitors to check how the items which are not in the store right now would fit us. We will be able to try on clothes before ordering them online, or like imagine when you are at home and you decide to wear something to order something from Zara, but you don't know if it will fit you. You will be able, I hope soon, to try on the AR filter and see how this item is, how this item fits on you. Like, is it big enough? Is it perfect size or whatever? And then you can place an order. I think from the recent news, Amazon Fashion partnered with the Snapchat for the AR experiences. Let's see where it will bring us and how Snapchat will generally react to this new collaboration, because Snapchat is growing really quick. And I remember like last year, it was very, very, very hard to create any filter on Snapchat unless you know particular tech skills, because for us, it was really a long process to learn how to do that, even for the people who were already familiar like with digital fashion, who knew different software skills. There are certain requirements which you have to follow, and with years, with time, of course, with the new updates, it improves and it makes the life of the artist easier. And of course, it helps brands to like generally facilitate all the processes, right? Let's don't stop only here on AR filters, because actually about AR you can speak endlessly, especially about the future of AR and potential of AR in our lives in general. But I would like to touch another topic, which is also very interesting. Oh, sorry, I forgot just to say about like digital identity. So this is our last collaboration with Cherry. It's a virtual it's an artist, a creator, and she helped us to participate at this contest provided by Artisant. And the Artisant is a digital fashion marketplace. They are mostly focused on NFT and wearables, and sometimes with different utilities. And we created this virtual persona for the contest. But I think it's important generally to consider digital identity not from the point of us fashionistas, females, right? It can be also a male, and we are not only focused on females so much, of course. We think also about males, and I don't think in Metaverse it's important like your age, your gender. You can be whoever you want, like I am female, but I can be a male in the Metaverse, right? Yeah, so what I was speaking before, it's generally about art. I wanted to touch the topic about how artificial intelligence touches fashion. I think AI was in fashion for more than 5 years already, like maybe even 10 years, you know. We can't say exactly because many brands started to implement AI for like stock management, supply chain management, a lot time before we actually started to hear about AI, right? Like on Netflix, it's all made by AI, which is learning what you like, which is studying you, and then provides you and recommends you something what you might like, as well as Amazon and all other big companies. They already, of course, use AI, and the fashion brands especially, to predict and to forecast the future trends, the future purchases, and things like very similar things to that. So what actually it means for digital fashion, right? Before that, well, I don't know, Claudio, did you ever use AI?
Yes, yes, of course. I really love AI. I think it's an amazing tool to just try things and create concepts.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yes, it's you can use it for many different things because now there are so many different AIs for so many things. So it's impressive how the technology is growing quick. Well, so here you can see my normal picture, but what if I want to change the dress quickly? You see, I have a skirt here. What if I don't like it anymore? If I don't like the color? Or I already made so many pictures in this shirt, yeah, and I want another shirt, you know? But I also take care a lot about sustainability, and I don't want to also bring, for example, with me a huge luggage on to the vacations, right? Or maybe I even want to try on another color and I don't know if it suits me, right? If maybe, I don't know, I'm still a girl, you know, I want to experiment with fashion and play around different styles, right? So you ready? Here you can see different examples made by AI. And I think they are just very impressive.
Yeah.
So basically with AI tools, you need just to select a part of the image which you would like to change with certain keywords. In this case, I tried using keywords such as, I think, cyberpunk, something pink, metallic, or something like that to be applied on my shirt. You can also add color specification, material guidelines, fabrics, or even generate versions of, variations of the item. So for example, like I could select the third picture and create variations for that one. Here, just the same different outfits from the first picture. I would say, like for me personally, when the first time I tried it myself, I was so impressed because I could not even imagine the quality of that. It also looks like it's real. So I'm very, very surprised with how far AI already like went for now and how many things are here to come. Here I tried to change my dress. So on the left you can see the first the standard picture, and then I selected, I think also I selected the up part of the dress to create other outfits, right? And in particular here you can see that it also added some part of the body, and I didn't expect that at all, because it's still AI, right? I thought it will not understand the shape of my body, and particularly it did. Of course, here maybe I'm more fit than usual, but still it's very impressive, because it learns from something and recreates from your image, according to your image. So if you have some questions, or you, Claudia, or other people, I would love to answer them. Actually, this is my favorite avatar we ever created. Also, it has butterflies. I like a lot the chrome metallic style, also in general life. So it's my favorite avatar.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for the nice presentation. Yes, I have a few questions. First, are you maybe planning to become a DAO?
In general, in the future, I think yes, but it's a very particular and I would say peculiar question, because if you think about DAO from law perspective, especially here in Italy, it's pretty hard to manage it by law. However, especially if you're providing services for other brands or for customers, it's hard to manage it internally as well. Like in my case, I would love to become to make Honey be a DAO, but we will have to consider different factors, such as we would need an advisory board, for example, or managerial board, where people could accept the projects, analyze them, give it to the community, and then there has to be a project manager in any case, or a creative director in any case, who will lead, all the creative part, who will check the timelines and things like that. Of course, I would be glad to study more, and actually it's what I'm doing in recent times, because it's very interesting how DAO can influence the company structure and can help the company generally to move faster, because the employees are not anymore employees. They are part of your brand. They become very associated with the brand, because they are building together your brand and you're sharing all of that experience together. And that's amazing, because in our case, it's basically what we are already doing, since we are very focused on our community and especially on our artists. What we usually do is we create teams for different projects, and at first part we do a brainstorming all together, where we don't say no. We say all the ideas are great, we just brainstorm, and it's no matter how crazy or not possible your idea can be, is not important, because now we are just brainstorming together, and we try to collect as much ideas as possible, and then on the second stage we analyze what will suit the best this project and how better to work with that. But it's very important to stay together, to share your knowledge, because every artist think in different ways. Every person is actually unique and has a unique skill set. For example, what I know, other artists, they don't know it, right? And one artist might be good at particular softwares, and another artist is better in some other softwares, right? And when you create a team where people don't judge each other, it's amazing to see how co-creation and collaboration can, how far it can go, because there are no limits for creativity, and people just feel free to collaborate and share this information between each other. That's why we are looking a lot into DAO, because we work very close with our artists, and we support them, of course, in their new beginnings. If they would like to do some gallery openings and things like that, I'm happy to help with my side, as well as they help between each other, they help each other. And it's super nice to see how the community is growing. And Web3 generally, for me, it's a very particular space, because there is no competition. People try to work together. Of course, not every time. Obviously, it's still business, but it's amazing to see how people try to support each other.
Okay. And other two things. What, in your opinion, is the future of digital fashion, and what are the challenges?
Okay, I think the main challenge we already kind of touched, it's like DAO and how DAO influences the company structure. But generally in digital fashion, currently there are lots of challenges. If we don't think about the fact, which everyone of course knows, that you cannot bring one item to different metaverses, you have to create different outfits for every metaverse according with their requirements. It's also important to think that traditional fashion brands are not still very ready to dive into that experience, to dive into digital fashion and metaverses, because there is not that much information available yet. We still didn't get used to these kind of experiences. Of course, like in my case, in your case, in like our community case, we spend our time in metaverses. We know what is AI, we know what is AR, right? We try it on a daily basis, but many people still, there are like a lot of people, of course, they don't know what is that, and they don't try it on daily basis. So of course, many brands, as well as many consumers, are still scared of these new experiences because they don't understand. So this is the biggest challenge I think we all have to solve, is educating not only the community and like standard people, standard consumer, but also the customers. And it's important to have workshops just maybe for clients, right? Maybe for brands, for the managerial of like conglomerates, fashion conglomerates. So this is, I think, one of the biggest challenge to solve, but we are all here together and we all try in our own ways to help fashion move forward. This is my answer for what are the challenges. And about the future, I think, speaking about the future of digital fashion, I would say that it will become essentially like our identities, for sure, like absolutely. Last day, I was updating my outfit for Spatial because we had an opening on Artisan, which I spoke before a little bit before for the contest, about the contest. And I wanted to change my outfit because when I arrived to the gallery, I saw that everyone was dressed amazingly cool and I'm alone in my old outfit from like a few months ago, right? And it influenced me a lot. So I had to take a pause, go out and update my avatar and maybe update more to winter clothes and update the hairstyle. And then it got me like I spent quite a while there because recently Ready Player Me, the company which produces avatars, they updated their feeds because they did many collaborations with lots of different like fashion brands, and the feeds were just amazing. The recent update I saw were 3 new looks from Vogue Singapore, if I'm not wrong, event, because they also hosted an event on Spatial, and I got the new dress, amazingly beautiful dress. I updated my hairstyle, I dressed some new sunglasses, and this I think is already it already means a lot for digital fashion because it takes you spend time to update your identity, right? Because you feel pressure from other people that they look cool on the metaverse and you want to look cool as well. You want to represent yourself as well in a certain way. So I created my avatar like so similar to me in real world. And I think this is the future of digital fashion. It would, no, I don't know how to say it correctly. It might, because I'm not sure if it will become like this or not. In any case, I
No
think
worries, like there is I can just cut it.
the digital fashion will influence our purchasing behaviors in physical world. So in my opinion, particular looks from the metaverses will influence our outfits in traditional world, right? So here actually it's a very interesting topic to discuss, because here you see on this avatar there are a lot of chrome style elements which I do really love, but I started to love them just because of digital fashion, because I saw many of our collaborators use that, and I saw a lot of it on Instagram, maybe on TikTok as well, and it's kind of trendy element in digital fashion. And I noticed that in physical world, I started to like it too, like some particular rings, some particular earrings, with this kind of style. Also, I see that many more and more fashion brands, like street style brands, they started to implement this kind of material in their tops or something like short, small, like in the bags as well. And they started to like it. So in my opinion, digital fashion will definitely influence our purchasing behaviors in physical world. Great question.
Good. I don't know if you saw, but right before our podcast, I read that Amazon upload the digital clothes that is leading to the physical one. So I saw that if you want to buy, for example, a pair of shoes, you can try before with the digital filter. So if Amazon did this means a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I heard recent information that Amazon partnered with Snapchat, right, to create AR filters to provide the opportunity to customers to update their shoes, to try on virtually their shoes or the items before an actual purchase. And I'm not sure because in Europe, Amazon fashion is generally not very popular, I think. But I know that in US and I see on Instagram, many influencers promote Amazon fashion. So it's interesting to see how it will develop in the future, of course.
yeah, I think too. Yeah, I think if it's okay if you want to add something about honey, feel free to add it. Otherwise, I think we said everything.
Yeah, guys, thank you generally so much for watching this video. And I wanted to say that on our website, we have the career section. And if there are no vacancies available, for which you can apply, you can just upload your portfolio on the Google form. And we will be very glad to meet new artists in our big growing community. And of course, follow us on Instagram and Twitter and come to our Twitter spaces. We often work with the Digital Fashion Collective, which is organized by Dressix, Altorage, and other like amazing creative minds. On Fridays, yes, we organize these Twitter spaces on Fridays at 5 p.m. set Italian time. So please join us on Twitter to discuss more information about digital fashion, the opportunities it brings in the future, and what is actually phygital fashion.
Okay, thank you so much, Svetlana, and I hope to see you soon and listen new updates about honey and all your developments. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much,